Hi, I'm Kevin Kearns, and welcome to this edition of Shopper Trends. I'm joined by Chetan Ghai, ShopperTrak Chief Product Officer. Welcome.
Hi, Kevin. It's great to be here.
What have you seen along the shopper's path to purchase that's changing so dramatically?
I think the main thing that's changing is that the consumer is much more focused than they've ever been before. And the reason is because they've done so much more information than they've ever had. We're seeing that consumers are spending more time doing research at home. They're using their mobile devices at a variety of different places along the path to purchase to do research. So it's a very focused consumer that is really well informed as they venture their way into a store and then back to an online or digital means to potentially purchase a product.
Can you help us understand what strategy should a retailer take to try to get more shoppers into their brick and mortar store?
So I think when you look at that, there are a couple different things that they can do. I think one is they need to be thinking about how to shift their advertising from traditional means to digital means. And that creates a lot of opportunities because there's much more that you know about your consumer and it's easier to measure. Second thing they need to do is they need to be following up on those loyal customers. So as customers engage with you through a variety of different means and give you more information, you need to try to find ways that you can use that information, particularly around piecing together when they've actually visited your environment with what their offline activity has been when they're at home or at work.
Well, I've heard the stat that 75% of shoppers in brick and mortar are not making a purchase.
I think there's a couple of different reasons. One is labor properly aligned to the traffic that's coming into the store, and is it in the right places within that store? Second, is the product easy for the consumer to get to and experience? And third, is the product that they want, and is it at the right price? I think those are all things that really influence whether or not a shopper is actually going to turn into a buyer.
What's the value for a retailer of understanding what the shoppers are actually doing in their store?
Well, I'll go to the online paradigm, Kevin. So retailers that have e-commerce sites know exactly how their shoppers are behaving online. They know where their websites are being visited. They know exactly how many of those pages then ultimately end in product buys online or getting all the way to a cart. And in the brick and mortar world, there isn't a lot of good information that retailers are collecting. And that's why in-store analytics can be so powerful. It can actually connect all of the visitors from the door all the way through to the point at which they've actually bought a product. And you can get information about the places in your stores that are being visited, which areas are seeing the most attention, which ones are ultimately leading to transaction of the cash wrap. And that's a big gap for retailers today.
Can you give us some examples of technology that retailers should be thinking about, and maybe an example of a retailer that's gotten it right?
Yeah, I think there are some great examples of technology that's gone in recently to help retailers really drive performance and be able to measure the impact. So there's things like, for example, BLE, beacon technology, where you can place that in very discrete parts of the store. What that technology allows you to do is to engage your consumer as they're making their way into your store and then within the store environment. And we've seen retailers have very good success in being able to draw people, for example, into a fitting room with very minimal rewards and discounting that's going on. And that has led to more traffic, more conversion, and ultimately more sales.
Well, clearly we're at the intersection of rapidly changing shopper behaviors and innovative new technologies. So Chetan, thank you for sharing with us your perspectives on the path to purchase and how shopper behavior is changing.
Thanks. It's been my pleasure, Kevin.